Hi everyone, for tonight's Nightcap and review, I'm having a whiskey and diet, and I'll be reviewing Awaken the Forgotten Goddess by Rebecca Sinclair. This is the second in the series, and these are the tropes, and these are the content warnings. Now, I did receive an art copy, but of course, I'm always going to give my honest opinion. Now, again, this is the second in the series, and it was really good. But I may talk about some things that may be spoilers for book one. So if you haven't read book one, maybe skip this and come back later and see my thoughts on this book. Don't want to give spoilers away. So I'm giving this book 4 stars. I really did enjoy it, and I'll give you my thoughts on the book later on. So what's this book about? Well, it starts off with Persephone waking up after the horrendous battle from the night before, surrounded by Flint, her boyfriend, Ares, and Demeter, who are just trying to help her recover from the serious injury, nearly fatal blow dealt to her by Hermes. She vows revenge against Hermes for this and for his actions in the war or the battle the night before. She sees that she can carry this out and get her revenge, as she is one of Ares' top assassins and will definitely do what she needs to do to get her revenge. But as she recovers in the underworld, she starts to realize things are not what they seem, that the shadows that are within the underworld might be hiding secrets and screams that are hidden from her, and she wants to uncover them. She realizes the people around her who should be people she can trust, her gut is telling her not to trust them, and that they have secrets and are hiding things from her. And then she's starting to realize that the biggest secret in the underworld actually has to do with her, and things might not be what they seem. But along with Persephone going through the underworld and uncovering all this, you also still have Hermes, who is trying to find Rhea and bring his mate home, and also trying to do what he can to defeat Ares and keep the world safe from whatever evil plots he has. But as he goes along this journey, he starts to find these breadcrumbs left over the lifetimes of his mate during all her different reincarnations. And these breadcrumbs leave him to a new realm, a realm thought to be dead, with allies he didn't realize he had. So it's a very exciting book. It is a great book. Like I said, I gave it 4 stars. So what are my thoughts on this book? So with this book, you are constantly on a roller coaster of anxiety. You are going on all these quests and missions with these characters, not the same characters. Sometimes it's minor characters going on these other side quests, and they have these twists and turns, and sometimes they're just small quests that just are leading up to the big blast at the end of this book. And it was just, your heart's in your throat the whole time. At times, it's not just like constantly going up, 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 and there are times when they come crashing down and a mission fails, and then that's the twist, and you're just cheering them on for the next mission, and you see them rise and gain some success. So it is a constant up and down, and I enjoyed it all so much. Now, I will say with this book, it is an urban fantasy. It is, again, a slow burn with low spice, because it is, again, about rescuing Rhea and going on these missions. But the plot is so well done, and you are constantly on that trip I was talking about, roller coaster of emotions, that the storyline just stands on its own, and it's such a good read. But in the end, as with any slow burns, eventually you're going to get that explosion where the couples finally reunite, and it just makes it all the more worth it when you read about their journey, especially Hermes' journey on finding Rhea. It just makes that big bang all that much more worth it. I will also say something I really enjoy about Rebecca's writings with this series is that I love Greek mythology. I love retellings, but in some ways they are generally, we're familiar with the myths and how they're supposed to run, or how we've always seen them to be. But what Rebecca has done is taking these characters, and there's still a sprinkling of truth of how we have heard these myths over and over and have loved it to hear over and over again. But she has twisted them and revamped them, and even taken some of the characters and changed how we see them. And it just made for a very refreshing take on these characters. I've read sometimes the same way 100 different times, enjoying all those different ways, but it's just refreshing. So that's what I've really also enjoyed about this series. Now, this book, book 2, does leave on a cliffhanger. This is an ongoing series, so I'm really excited to see what she does with it, how she keeps revamping these characters, and how this storyline's gonna go, because it is just so good. I really do enjoy it. Now, this book will be available February 27th on KU, so make sure to give it a download. If you haven't read the first parts of the series, definitely give them a chance. This is a great series, I can see, especially if you love Greek mythology and want to try something different, a different take on those myths you've read. This is a great series for that. So I hope everyone has a good night and happy readings.